This is new territory for Aston Martin's Vantage. For the past decade or so, the Vantage has been kind of the elder statesman of the sports car establishment. In fact, it's really just played the analog card with a naturally aspirated engine, hydraulic steering and a manual gearbox. But this car, well, it moves the game forward. Electric steering rack, rear-mounted 8-speed automatic and a Mercedes AMG sourced engine. Aston, welcome to the sports car party. Well, in the face of that new German input and general direction for the Vantage, we wanted to pitch it against some established competition. And this seems like the most likely candidate, Porsche's new 992 generation 911.
The 911 has long been considered the benchmark of the sports car market. And in 992 generation, guys, it shifts the goalposts yet again, sitting on a wider footprint, offering greater stiffness and bringing to play new technology, including active engine mounts. And even in all-wheel drive 4S form, it undercuts the rear drive Aston by a handy margin.
If the Aston Martin is the brawn in this comparison, well, the 911 is definitely the brains. It's got a clever all-wheel drive system, a highly efficient yet powerful 6-cylinder engine, and a really nice interior. In fact, if this comparison alone was based on price, safety, technology, and interior, this car would win hands down. But thankfully, it's not. Wow, I really like this. The Aston feels light and lively. It's super agile between the corners, and I really like what Aston has done with this engine. There's a new tune, inlet and exhaust changes, and the rear-mounted 8-speed automatic. It brings the Merc engine to life. It pulls really hard to 7 grand, and wow, it sounds a lot more characterful than that Porsche's ever gonna sound. Downsides? Look, I don't think the front's as easy to place through the corners in the Aston, and somehow it feels a little bit more perilous than the 911. Things really seem to rush up on you mid-corner, whereas the 911 tends to slow things down and doesn't feel anywhere near as urgent. In terms of the comfort scale, they're pretty well a level pegging, but I think the 911 might just have it. Now, the 911's rear engine layout might require a unique driving style, but once you have established a feel for this car, it just fits like a glove. I always walk away just completely shaking my head at how composed and how fluid it is through the corners. It's so well balanced and the grip is incredible. Now yes, the Aston has that clever electronic differential, but the all-wheel drive system in the Carrera 4S is almost foolproof. I mean, the confidence that it gives you and the way that it claws out of corners is just something else. Now the engine here might be down 44 kilowatts and 135 Newton meters, but the saving grace is the 8-speed automatic. It's just so fast, so intuitive, that it makes up for any real downfall. And I've got to say, even that the twin turbo layout, you might be 2 cylinders down, but between corners, I don't need it to be any faster than what it is. Well, that was a fun day. This is a really tough decision to make, though, a lot closer than I thought. It ultimately comes down to one of those weird head versus heart arguments. The heart perspective, the Aston Martin's always going to win. It sounds magnificent. The way it makes you feel behind the wheel is almost empowering. And it's a really surprising machine. Surprisingly, it's the Merc engine that is the defining feature here. Then there's the head side of the argument. The 911 is clinical and really you just can't match it through the bends and from a comfort perspective. So it comes down to personal preference. For me, yeah,